Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Omkaratarot and to your you versus them. Sagittarius, let's see how you're feeling now, how the person connected to your energy is feeling, and what action we can expect in this connection. And Sagittarius, these are general collective readings, may not resonate with all of you. Please keep that in mind. Take what works for you, leave the rest. So let's begin. Welcome back, all my subscribers, and welcome in newcomers. Sagittarius spirit. Alright, Sagittarius newcomers, I'm setting down two sets of cards here. One side will be for you, one side will be for your person. And in the center, I'm going to have your dialogue message cards, mutual energies. If this is your reading, Sagittarius, you'll know which side you resonate best with. For me, this is going to be person A here, this is going to be person B. Bottom of my deck, I have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody is really feeling sad and bad that they lost out on a great partnership. From the first look at the cards from the first person, and newcomers, please remember this is person A for me, this is person B. I'm not guessing which side Sagittarius is on because I could be dealing with two Saggis. So if this is your reading, of course, you'll immediately pick up who this person is for you in your life and which side you're on, okay? So from the first look at the cards, I do sense the first person is really grieving what went down between the two of you. They wish they could get unstuck from their situation. They don't want to be left out in the cold. They don't want to have a missed opportunity. They wish they could come back and work on things again. They want to take action. They want to at least have a conversation with the other person. The other person says, no, but I've already released this connection. There was nothing here. There was no commitment, no long term. They never offered me anything stable to begin with in the first place. I'm not waiting around for them anymore. I've already closed this chapter down. I'm not waiting around for them. I've chosen a new path already. Okay, so that's my first thought, of course. I'm going to clarify all these cards for you. But before that, let's ask the universe. Spirit, tell me what's going on with Sagittarius and their person. Why are they both feeling this way currently? Sagittarius and their person, spirit. So the first card here, Sagittarius, says longing. Yeah, this is person A who's longing to get, restart this or get unstuck, grieving what happened in the past, not wanting to be left out, really missing their person. So the second one says intimacy. Yeah, someone wants to be intimately close, physically and emotionally. So they're missing the intimacy, longing for their person, but there was a conflict. Someone has needlessly complicated this connection. Okay, so that's why person A, you're grieving because of the conflict that was created. So let's see what's going to happen now. Let's focus on person A's energy first, then later we'll move to the other side. Tell me, person A, in your feelings, in your emotions, why the Five of Cups? Why the Five of Cups? What are you grieving? Yeah, they are grieving because I think they had a lot of love in their heart which they never expressed, and they wish they could now take action towards the other person. They're longing for that partnership, that equal give and take, and they're grieving the fact that they took so long, or they were juggling, or they could make up their mind. And things may have halted. And then now, what's the Hanged Man in reverse? What's the Hanged Man in reverse? Yeah, they feel the other person is no longer waiting for them, has pulled back their cup of love, and is probably exhausted and tired of them and given up. It's whatever said and done, person A has learned a lesson. They've learned a lesson to take responsibility. They've realized how badly they behaved, their toxic behavior of the past. They're looking at all that and feeling a lot of regret. I mean, this is a lot of regret and shame and guilt and, why did I do what I did? Why didn't I do the right thing when I had a chance? Why are you having all these regrets now, person A? Person A says because I miss them too much. Yeah, I just want to return back to them, Omkaratarot. I don't want to be left behind. Now I'm realizing their worth, feeling sad and feeling lack of love in my life. I wish I could return back to them. They've kind of lost their enthusiasm because after they lost person B. They're hoping that they can still work on this connection, but somewhere they don't have the words now to even come back and explain to person B why they lied, because they're not sure they're going to get a second chance. So this person is sitting in a lot of melancholy, sadness, regret, longing, not happy in their own life. So how do you see the connection currently then, person A? How do you see person B? How do you feel about this connection right now as I'm doing the reading? King of Wands. What's the King of Wands? You want to now take action? Yeah, person A says, yeah, I would take action immediately, Omkaratarot. If they would give me a signal, I would go and make things right. But I think person A may have already tried, or they feel if I do try and talk to them, I'm not even sure they'll, answer me back. So I think somewhere person A feels they've damaged this connection too much, and even if they were to go back and say something, they may not even get a response. They'll be seen as a trickster, or person B may say, I'm over you, this is what you did, you treated me like an option. It's like, how will I convince them that I've changed, I've become a better person, now I want to step up and take responsibility. They are the only person who I have eyes for. I can only think about them, miss them when I'm by myself. I think person A is having some kind of spiritual awakening, but I think it's come too late. Person A feels I've missed my chance, I delayed things for too long. They don't want to be a player anymore. If they were, they do choose the other person. It's like they've realized that that person was not an option, that was my true Two of Cups, but all I can do is now watch from the sidelines, because they fear that the other person has made up their mind and given up on them. Okay, so what action person A will finally take is here, which I'll open later. Right now I'm going to go to the other side, see how person B is feeling, and then we'll do the action cards together. Person B, what about you? What's the Four of Pentacles in reverse for you? Yeah, person B says, I've given up. I'm not going to be an option in anyone's life. I'm not going to be juggled. I'm not going to sit around and wait that one day they'll choose me, one day this. I have the power to release things which no longer serve me. So person B has released the connection. They've dropped the ball, saying they offered me nothing or very little. They were not ready to offer me commitment. They were not in a position to offer me stability. So I'm free, I'm single, I'm going to choose a brand new path. So person B is trusting the universe and just moving along for the ride and saying, universe, take me wherever you want. I've had a bad ending. Now I need to rebuild. I've been hurt. I've been betrayed. I've been not respected in this connection. But I have successfully cut those chains which were keeping me stuck and chained and bound. Yes, I've turned my back to the past. I'm no longer stressing over them anymore. But I deserve a new beginning elsewhere. Why is that, person B? Person B says, because yes, I have healed. I've done a lot of healing on myself. I'm not, feeling bad inside. I didn't get an offer from them. Well, it's up to them. They never had anything to offer me, or they were not ready to, build something with me. So I should have had to, always keep fighting for the connection. Yes, I did feel bad inside for a while, but I got over that. I started to focus all that attention on myself, on my growth, on my work, on myself, to be a better person, to be able to attract the right energies to myself. So person B, I think, had a total transformation. They are ready to invite in a brand new soulmate into their life. After having learnt a lesson, they feel I was with a narcissist who made me feel I was not good enough. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. I've learnt my lesson the hard way. I've had 10 swords plunge into my heart and my life, but it's taught me a great lesson as to who to give my heart to and who not to. So tell me then, person B, how do you see this connection then? How do you see person A? How do you feel about this connection right now as I'm doing the reading? Person B says, I've already told you this was a false soulmate connection. Maybe if it was a kind of a soulmate connection, then they came into my life to teach me a lesson. I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson, so I don't have to stay stuck here anymore. I'm ready to choose a brand new path now. Tell me about the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah, a person B says they pretended to love me, but they were always playing hot and cold, emotionally manipulating me, never opening up their emotions. But I used my intuition and I found out some information about them. I realized that they were playing hot and cold and keeping me stuck because they wanted me to be an option in their life. And I'm nobody's option. I don't deal with immaturity. I don't deal with players. So I think person B is no longer waiting. They're choosing a brand new path for themselves because they feel they were not done right. This was an unfair situation where I was disrespected and not valued. So they are on their journey to rebuild their life. They're trusting the universe big time. Person B says, "You are absolutely right, Omkaratarot. I'm ready to take a leap of faith into my new start now." Okay, so let's see what actions will be taken then. I'm going to take another deck for this one, Sagittarius. And while I shuffle this deck now, it's my turn to request you, remind you, if the storyline has resonated, to please let me know. You can do that by tapping on the thumbs up button or leaving me a comment or both. And newcomers, repeating viewers, do like, share, subscribe to the channel. We welcome you in. Alright, so person A, back to you. Action from your end towards person B or otherwise in your own life now in the next 7 days. 5 of Swords in reverse. They feel almost like a loser. It's like they're kicking themselves, saying, why did I play all those mind games? Because finally I became the loser. I'm the one who lost the game that I was playing. So they are like sitting in a lot of sadness. 5 of Swords in reverse. What's the 5 of Swords in reverse? Or are you... Let's see. Let's ask them. 5 of Swords in reverse. Clarify that for me, please. Queen of Cups. The Knight of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, person... Oops, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The door just banged shut. I got a scare. Okay. Okay, let me start again. So, person A, tell me, why do you feel that you feel like a loser? Oh no, they feel I'll feel like a loser. I'll feel like a loser to assume that person B is still single and available and this, that and the other. And if I do make a move towards them and tell them that I love them, and then they hold back and say, sorry, you're too late. I've already given my heart to somebody else. I've already accepted an offer from someone new. So person A is like... they don't want to look foolish. They don't want to look like a loser, assuming that person B is still waiting for them, single and, sitting by the window and waiting for them to return. So they don't want to look foolish, I guess. So, well, person B, what about you? Action from your end towards person A or otherwise in your own life now in the next 7 days. I mean, you heard the door bang shut. That is what person A is expecting. It's like if I go towards them and then they shut that door with a bang and say, sorry, you're no longer welcome here. I've already started a new relationship with somebody else. Okay, so person B, what about you? Action from your end towards person A or otherwise in your own life now in the next 7 days. Knight of Wands in reverse. Person B says, yeah, I don't deal with players. I don't deal with immature people. So tell me about that. Knight of Wands in reverse. Person B, you know what they're saying? I've learned a lesson, how to see through players now. This was the lesson maybe I had to learn. Yeah, now I'm going to move towards only people who give me equal give and take. If I give 3, they have to give me 3 back in return before I make the next investment. I think person B says they've taught me a lesson on how to identify immature people or players who just want passion and they want to be in and out of my life. So thank you for teaching me a lesson as to what to expect. So person B is on their happy new journey, it seems. They're moving towards a brand new connection, which they are going to first check out to see whether this is a true, authentic connection which gives back to them. They're no longer going to be accepting breadcrumbs from anyone. They've learned their lesson. That's what person B says. Yeah, it was a hard lesson to learn, Omkaratarot, but I have finished the 10 wands and now I'm ready to invite in someone new, but with that awareness that if somebody comes to me being a player or immature, I should not, rush too quickly into any connection. So let's see if you guys could say something to each other right now, what that would be. Here. Okay, so tell me, Spirit, Sagittarius and their person, if they could say something to each other right now, what would that be? Sagittarius and their person. Let's take a few more from another deck. Sagittarius and their person. I'll take a few more Saggies from a third deck and then we'll start the reading. Sagittarius and their person. All right. And Sagittarius, if any of you are looking for personal readings, my email is omkaratarot@gmail.com. You can reach me there. Okay. So the first card here, Sagittarius, says, soon I plan on returning, hoping it can work this time. So yeah, they want to rush back. They want to take action. They want to rush back. I loved you more than I loved myself. Then I realized I didn't love myself. This is person B, who's realized that I don't have to overlove anyone till they show me back in return. That means I'm not respecting myself. Very nice message. I loved you more than I loved myself. Then I realized I didn't love myself. So this is a lesson learned by person B, they're saying. I wish you would tell me how you really feel so I don't have to get tarot readings on you. Maybe person B gave ample time, wondering why they were playing hot and cold, trying to guess. Sometimes I leave so you can know that you will be just fine without me. So somebody did play some mind games here. You are never alone because I'm your shadow. When you cry, I'll embrace you in spirit. When you're sad, I'll help you, remind you to smile. I'm always there with you even when you don't see me. So they don't have the guts to come forward right now because they know the door will be slammed shut. I'm so proud of you, my love. You inspire me to be a better person. I'm working on myself and I hope that I can inspire you too. I can't bear the thought of you being with someone else. I get so jealous. I just want you to be mine. Longing. It breaks my heart to know that I broke your pure heart. My feelings for you are extremely intense. Do you feel the same as I do for you? It breaks my heart that I broke your pure heart. There's a duplicate of the same card. So somebody is realizing what they've done. This is person A. They're really realizing that why did I play all those games? Because finally I broke the heart of the person who loved me the most. I need you. I want you. I choose you. I love you. All right, so that's what I have for you. Till your next reading then on this channel or the other. Love and light. Take care. Namaste, Sagittarius.